So here's a problem with, like, being, I guess, neurotic, I guess would be the word for it. I thought I was done, but then I'm like, well, you've gone this far. There's only one more issue, and, well, here we are. What If Aliens issue 5? Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that I did not enjoy this, but I didn't enjoy it. Does that make sense? A lot of what happened in this book should have been spread out over the last 4. Instead of just kind of like cram it all into one. I hate that with event. I know this isn't an event book, but a lot of times you get events, and then there'll be like X amount of issues, and then everything happens at the end. And I'm like, why the hell did we wait to cram it all at the end? That just felt like a wet fart to me. And this one, let's get into it. I know I'm just sitting here ho-humming. So again, if you want to read up on what's happened so far, check that out. Why we're at where we're at with this What If. Concept by Paul and Leon Reisner, Adam F. Goldberg, Hans Rodenoff, and Brian Volkveiss, whatever. Part and 5 written by Leon Reiser. Artist, y'all are going to make me say that, aren't you? Guiu Villanova. Color artist, Yen Nitro. Letter is VC's Clayton Cowles. Cover, Phil Noto. There's everyone else working on the book. And I am just absolutely positively drooling myself to see Alien Romulus. And from what I understand, so this comes out in August. Shortly after the release of the film, they're doing a prequel, which I'm hoping it's through Marvel. I know. Of a prequel to Romulus to kind of fill in some spots. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing that when it comes out, so I'll have to make sure to pre-order that, but I want to kind of make you all aware of it, and I can't wait for that movie. I am stoked. Now, last issue. Stupid jokes aside, spoilers here. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, pause this review, go get the books, and come back. Anyway, so initially, Carter Brooks survived the hive from aliens. Took the rap for everything that happened, ended up on a backwater planet, which I cannot remember what the name of this planet is. Daughter hates him. Wife is allegedly dead. And he told his daughter that if she tries to leave planet, because of the, the elevation or something like that, or I can't remember. It's how much I don't care. But if she left, ultimately her lungs would collapse. So she's stuck on this rock with her dad, and she hates him. She dodges him every which way she can. He wants to get back in the good graces, so he finally gets an alien egg, and of course things ensue. They almost get cocooned again, and the alien gets loose on to this complex where he works. These are all Burke's employees. I'm still not convinced this isn't one of Burke's stupid safety drills. At least it gets the blood going. Better than finishing the status reports for the status reports. Silly humor. Mr. Burke still makes you do those? That man really is just the worst. Ugh, the dialogue. But what makes it interesting and kind of gets your attention here? I mean, look around. He's not even with us. What'd I say? Emergency evac my ass. It's just another damn drill. Either that or Burke's got his own private... I hate when that does that. Warming up in the executive docking bay. And while we see the doors opening, I love the... And again, I always say how paneling, inking, color can tell a story. I like how we kind of get this darkness behind them. The bars symbolizing trap rats. Probably got leather seats and a little machine to make espressos. Sweet Lord in heaven. And this is not a drill, everybody. Back to the office, not a drill. They should have just left that. Like, if you would have left that and left the screech. I can't screech like an alien, so feel free to make fun of me down in the comments. But if they would have got rid of that stupid word balloon there and just left that onomatopoeia of the alien screeching, you don't need dialogue there. That would have been perfect by itself, symbolizing the trap rats with the aliens coming through. That would have been perfect. And so everyone again thinks it's Burke. That bastard set us into a net so he could escape on his own. This is what we're getting for trusting Carter Burke. And of course we cut to Burke and he goes, oh my God. I sent them right into a nest that officially makes me the worst boss in the galaxy. The world. Technically the galaxy. Sigh. I don't think they make a mug for that. They should have cut the dialogue there. No more. Because we see this. We don't need technically in the galaxy. Sigh. I think that they don't make a mug for that. Shut the fuck up. This is Alien. Alien always thrives on dry humor. Think back to let's go back to Aliens. When we first are introduced to Apone and not Hicks. Bill Paxton's character. Oh my God. I've seen that movie so many times. I'm sitting here drawing a blank while I'm trying to do this review. Anyway, it's not Hicks. We know who we're talking about. But when he gets out of the freezer and he goes, Jesus, my feet are cold. And Apone's just like, would you like me to fetch your slippers? Hudson. Told you to come back. He goes, oh, wouldn't you please, Sarge, be a dear? And then he flips him off. He goes, look into my eye. Dry humor. Not sigh. I don't think they make a mug for that. Moving on. That's stuff like that I hate about this book. And lots of talking. Oh, my God. But basically what it leads is that, again, another spoiler alert here where I said Carter Burke's wife's dead. Yeah, find out she's not. She's been in cryosleep for the last 35 years because she has a medical condition. And another bomb gets dropped on Bree here, talking about her mom. Hero's fired up his engines. We don't have time for this. Forget about the office. What about our family? Come on, Dad. What about Mom? We both know what your mother would want. It's time to make her happy. It's time to do the right thing. Because here, Hiro, is that his name? I know I just read it. My brain just did not click. Yeah, Hiro Yotani. He betrays both of them after sleeping with Bree, of course. Steals their mother's cryopod. And Bree's saying, we got to go save her. Come on, what are you waiting for? And Burke says, and right now, that means I have to let her go. Something I've been trying to do for 35 years. I know it's asking a lot, but for once, I need you to trust me, Peanut. Just this once, don't make me regret it. And for the last time, don't call me Peanut. They could have really scaled down that dialogue, and that would have been a nice little moment to see that they're kind of starting to understand each other. So we see the threat of what Hiro poses with Carter Burke's wife, and we see how he's trying to get back in the good graces of his father. You have done well, son. And I mean, look at the way he's just like, thank you, Father. So I like that Burke actually goes back for his employees. And I love this chick. Again, too much talking. But here, everyone's saying, what's the point? We're just office workers. We don't stand a chance against those things. You may be right, and we may die. Maybe we won't take any of them with us. But we don't have to make it easy for them. And that just reminds me of something like Ash from Evil Dead would do. Just chunking that sucker off. And we just see the bump. Bump. Here they come. It's okay, we did it. The door's going to hold. Again, they should have left that out. That's enough there. They should have just left that. We don't need... And I really don't think the door is what we should be worrying about. They should have just left that alone. Less is more. Because... Now, again, when we were talking about Conan, let me show you something. Before everyone starts thinking that I'm just this bitter old crotchety old man. Look at this. It's not bad. It's serviceable. Well, let's go traditional. Look at that. Pre-digital art. Angles, colors, traditional inks, rough edges, all classically trained art. Now, after we've looked at this, look at that. I hate how everything just looks like it's digitally rendered, like these are 3D models. I would take a Dark Horse Alien off from this. I mean, it's serviceable, but still, it just looks so cold and flat. Same here where we see Carter Burke just running at us. This goes back to how to draw the marble way, which I have done a review on. If you guys want to know more about it, I'll leave a link here. If they would have done the panel something more like this, like it up close with him standing further, with the Ripley's pulse rifle going, that would have been great. Again, straight on, dynamic. And if we want to get further, let's okay, you guys are gonna see, get off the Conan. All right. Look at that. Dynamic. Flat. Dynamic. Flat. Again, serviceable. But when you've been reading comics for as long as I have, that's why I say this looks flat. It's not bad. It's, again, serviceable. Less talking. Mr. Burke, I'm so happy to see you. And also I lied. I'm the one who filed those 6 complaints with corporate about you. It would have been great if they would have left this last part off, because you can see why he's like, the trauma that he's experienced. I could see why he's begging Burke for his forgiveness. It would have been great if he just would have said, water under the bridge, pal. Enough. That would have made Burke an action hero right there for me. But then, wait, 6? Okay, that hurts, Gary. But it doesn't matter. Get on your feet and fight. And again, serviceable. I mean, right here, that's what I'm talking about. Got a little bit of a Dutch angle, pulse rifle blaring at the aliens. Yeah. And this isn't bad either. Now, again, I will take Dark Horse Comics over this any day. And I wish that they would have maybe, because the Queen's supposed to look regal. I mean, remember how we just slowly panned down on her in Aliens the first time she was introduced? She's tearing through the door, I get. But instead of just kind of getting this more, her head's hidden there, and then this side shot. Again, it should have been something like her. Okay. Sorry, my mind's racing on this review, because my mind is fighting with me that I want to enjoy this, but there's just panels that irk my gurk. Here, if you would have taken this out, going back to this, with the visual representation of bars. Excellent. You get the idea of what's going on, these threats. But then we get back to this is the Queen. We should have got a better introduction of her in this than this. That's just... Let me show the picture. Dynamicness! Dynamic panels. And that just looks flat. Now, going back to this story, I like that everyone kind of gets up and fights, and they realize that Burke is there to save them. Now, when they finally are able to take down the Queen, spoilers, I don't want to give it away here. If they would have gotten rid of that and just left it at that, that would have been perfect. Everyone standing over, united, that they just accomplished something that a whole lot of colonies have not been able to do. But what do we get instead? TGIF, am I right? Stop. Stop. You are killing my brain. And I love how everyone finally comes to understand that Burke's not going to leave them. He's still a dick, don't get me wrong. There's a lot that he needs to atone for. But the fact that he didn't go after his wife and he went back and saved the whole colony, I will say kudos. And this chick right here, the one that pulled the paper cutter thing off, she is a badass, because she actually finds a way to set up Hiro Yutani and help Carter Burke. It's a little goofy, but she should have been introduced earlier. She's actually a cool character, and I would have loved to see more. And then there's a moment with Bree. Okay, I'm glad that the father and daughter kind of reunite. But what irks my gurk the most, I can forgive the cutesiness, some of the flat panels, but then it's like, okay, remember, Hiro takes off with the wife and we saw the alien egg, and then this book just ends. Now, there's kind of a caveat, let me just sound like I don't know how to talk, a caveat to that. If you remember old movies from 60s, 70s, even the 80s, some of the 90s, they would end films open-ended so that you, the viewer or the reader in a book, would have to make up your own mind about how it ends for you. Blade Runner is Deckard a replicant? Total Recall is, I can't remember his name, but is Arnold really living happily ever after with this girl on the moon, or was it all botched when he went to Recall? So, in that vein, from this point of view, I can see, do they go get the wife? Does the wife become impregnated? Because they're on a course to Earth to call out Weyland-Yutani. So, does Carter Burke save his wife? Do they call out Weyland-Yutani? We don't know. So from that point of view, thinking in that terms of storytelling, cool. But with what we were given with the first 4 issues of this book, come on. You give us all the action and cool character creation in the last issue. What the hell, man? You had 4 issues and they sucked. This one actually had some good moments. It's heartbreaking. So what did you guys think? I know you've listened to me complain, and I appreciate you rolling with me. I wanted to like this. I wanted to be excited. The first book was awesome. And then 2, 3, and 4 were just like spinning their wheels, and then we kind of get a cool kabang at the end. Again, what did you guys think? If you enjoyed it, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is like to get your action figures and comics. If you've enjoyed this review, really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel more than you can possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little Xenomorph bell next subscribe, that way we continue to upload content. You guys get notified. Come to the channel, and I love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, everyone.